And we're back. During the, I don't know what you call it. Do you want to call it commercial break or?
Yeah, it's a commercial break.
Commercial break. All right. During the commercial break, we got bored while we were trying to.
We had to wait for it to charge
our batteries. So we went and we got donuts.
Okay. You want a donut?
Yeah, why not?
Which one?
Give me the honey crawler, I guess. All right. There's our donuts. We got donuts. Donuts. We got donuts.
All right.
So this video is now also sponsored by Tim Hortons. Thank you for the donuts. I also only paid 25 cents for my ice cap, so thank you, Brenda. All right. So we're gonna be pressing on now with Final Fantasy X. Can't take this guy anywhere. Pressing on with Final Fantasy X. Well, we actually made it through 9, and it only took us 36 minutes. So anybody that's watching the full length of this video, you guys are troopers.
Thank you.
Alright, so Final Fantasy X. I said at the end of the last video that Final Fantasy X is my least favorite Final Fantasy. And that's true. And I'll tell you why it's my least favorite Final Fantasy. When I sat down to play it, I know, can't even make a point. When I sat down to play Final Fantasy X, I invested about, I don't know, 10 hours into it, 12 hours into it, over the span of a couple of days. And literally, other than like the first mention of sin, maybe, for the whole length of that 10 to 12 hours, I just couldn't give a fuck. I did not give one iota of a fuck about what was going on with anyone. I thought Auron was a pretty cool character, but I don't know. I didn't care. I wasn't invested in anything that was going on whatsoever. I don't know why. I can't explain why, but I just wasn't. That's not a very gleaning, recommendation of the game. He's going to be able to tell you a little bit more because he played it and he liked it. So, do that.
Well, Auron is pretty cool. He's probably it's sad because he's probably one of the only... No, he's not one of the only cool ones because, what is fuck? Kamari?
Yeah.
The animal guy? That was his name. He was pretty cool. And the Black Mage woman, what was her name?
Lulu.
She was cool.
Yeah.
Yuna was alright. She just was a bit of a retard.
Yeah.
If there's any retards watching this, I don't mean it as a derogatory introduction. Alright, whatever. It doesn't matter. Moving on. Characters are kind of cool. Whatever. You know what the game does have?
Well.
Put the donut down. You get crumbs all over yourself.
Oh.
Oh, you're making a mess. Alright. What the game does have is really cool music. At least the kind of main theme, to Zanarkand, is actually one of the coolest, most memorable Final Fantasy songs I've ever heard. Now, the rest of the soundtrack is kind of, up and down, but To Zanarkand is a really fantastic theme, and, where it plays with them all, right in the introduction there, on the title screen, where they're all just sitting around and they're just playing that. That's pretty cool.
Right.
The game itself, the first time they used voice actors...
Yes, that's true.
That was kind of a big deal.
Yeah.
Back then.
Yeah, that's fair.
Now it's kind of like the norm for any
Now it's
game.
if you don't use voice actors, what the hell?
Yeah, but people... See, I don't care. I'm cool with text. But, everyone expects voice acting now. And, I've seen people insulting the voice acting, but I don't think it's bad at all.
No, I don't think I have any real complaints about the voice acting.
The story... The story would have been better without Star Wars. Because when you learn that, Sin is his father, Star Wars didn't exist, it'd be pretty cool.
That would have been, that actually, yeah. You know what? If George Lucas wouldn't have invented that wheel in the 70s, Probably would have been a cool
Yeah,
idea.
because it's such a cliche at this point that it's like, who cares? But you know, it's kind of a cool plot mechanism or whatever.
Maybe if our editing skills are good enough, maybe we can toss up the Imperial March song right here.
And we're back.
We'll try it. If it doesn't work, then
God's up there.
yeah, God's up there.
And if you don't believe in God, my ceiling's up there.
It's also all around here, because remember, this is a big, massive room.
Yep. Yeah. Hey, you didn't even shut my door.
He walks really fast.
It gets cold if you don't shut the door. But yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't love it. There's things I do love. I love the battle system. It's actually probably one of my favorite Final Fantasy battle systems.
Mm-hmm.
Has kind of the turn-based thing to it, but the fact that you know you can switch in and out and stuff. It's really fast turn-based.
Yeah.
It's not like the active time battle where you wait for the bar to charge, which was cool when it first came, but now it's like, come on.
Yeah,
This is just
exactly.
like attack, attack, attack. And it kind of leads into what they eventually ended up doing in the later Final Fantasies where the fighting is more quicker and stuff. But it's probably my favorite because it's a nice balance between a new school fighting system and like the old school.
And the quick kind of battle system is one of the things that I love about FF13, and we're going to talk about that a little bit later.
That's what I was... Yeah.
But leading into it, it's foreshadowing. It's not really foreshadowing, but it's...
Well, because you know it's coming.
Yeah.
No, we're just no. FF13 isn't even in this video.
Doesn't even exist.
No.
But
what else? Oh, the spear grid. How you level up and stuff. You don't like the spear grid?
it's okay. It's kind of the same. It's kind of the same thing as, you know, they develop that idea and enhance it in the later games, like in the games that have come after it. And I think I tend to like the later ones better than the spear grid. I don't dislike the spear grid.
Shut
like
up.
I would rather the spear grid than junctioning. I'll put it that way.
Yup.
We have spent a lot of time in this video ripping on junctioning.
I hate the
I'm
junction
sorry
system.
to the group of people that developed Final Fantasy VIII, because we've spent a good 10 minutes in this video ripping on the junctioning system.
And, you know,
But-
actually, when we came up with this idea to give props to Final Fantasy, something I wanted to touch on, actually, was the fact that, you know, love or hate a Final Fantasy, they try things every game.
Absolutely.
And it's when you hate an Final Fantasy, it's not even so much about quality. Like, can you actually play any Final Fantasy and go, oh, what a shit game? Because you can't, because the graphics are always polished. Story is generally polished. You know, everything's polished, and they're always well-made games because they invest so much money and time into them.
Yeah.
Even though they make one, like, all the time. But, you know, it's Square Enix, so they're huge. So they can do whatever. It's
true.
always high-quality games. It's just the fact that it's either you like it or you don't. It's one of those things. And I know that gets thrown around so much. Like, oh, you either like it or you don't. No, this is one of those things.
Totally subjective.
They
but-
try. They try something every time. And if I don't like Final Fantasy, it's probably because I just don't like that direction.
No.
But someone else is going to love it.
Here's something I wish Final Fantasy X wouldn't have tried. Blitzball. Blitzball is horrible.
Shouldn't have even made it turn-based. They
No,
should have just went
it's-
full sports game,
Exactly.
real time. Because
You're-
then Blitzball would have been fun.
Yeah, you're telling me you couldn't have hauled in a couple of ex-EA Sports game coders and just done that with Blitzball? You fucking throw EA Sports logo on there somewhere.
hockey
It's in the
anyway.
game.
Why don't you just copy the NHL engine?
Exactly.
Like, yo, can we just pay them for their engine and then just release NHL whatever year that was?
It would have been
That 10 came out.
99? No, it would have
It
been
was later than that.
2001 probably.
Something like that, right?
So-
You know, just copy the engine and have Blitzball. Problem solved.
Hooray! But no, I loathed Blitzball.